Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to go over the scoring and my team for this Gods Must Be Crazy World event. A week-long event, so you have all week to do this. So we'll start by collecting our rewards, and the reason you want to do this absolutely straight away is your guild may have started this, and as such, they have picked up some tokens, look, some Token of Omens. That's going to evolve eventually to a badge and then ultimately to a medal, which is exactly what we want. Now, what this does, if I just go to it, oops, there it is. 40% skull and spell damage for all the troops in the current event. And when you get this evolved ultimately to a medal, you're going to be doing a whopping 160% skull and spell damage. So absolutely worth doing. But first things first, we're going to grab the potion of enchantment from the shop. This gives us more stuff as well. We get more tokens of omens. Another one of those, we get the potion of enchantment. So all our allies start enchanted at the start of every single battle. Some more troops, some more gold, more adventure sigils. All a very nice stuff indeed. Right, now regarding the scoring on this, there are 6 battles that you can encounter during the event. Chimera, Shadowhunter, Nax, Sekhmet, King Silenus and Uberstedt. The first 5 battles are chosen randomly, but after that they have an equal chance of appearing on the map. The battle against Uberstedt will only appear after you win 4 of the other battles. Once you have defeated him, all battles reset, and you will need to fight another 4 battles to spawn Uberstedt again. Now, the following rewards for each of the different battles you may encounter are as follows. Each goblin jewel is worth 2 points, and each treasure is worth 10 points. Now, the battles against Sekhmet, King Silenus and Uberstedt will drop a variable number of goblin jewels and treasures, on average about 1.18 times the base amount. But Chimera is worth 5 goblin jewels, which is 10 points. Shadowhunter is worth 6 goblin jewels, which is 12 points. Nax is worth also 6 goblin jewels, which is 12 points. Sekhmet is worth 7 goblin jewels, so that's 14 points. King Silenus is worth 7 goblin jewels as well, so 14 points. And Uberstedt is worth 2 treasures, which is 20 points. Now on to the team. Team I'm using for this is fairly simple, but still has really good synergy. It's important, if you can, to have a brown weapon in this, and preferably a brown weapon which does damage to all, because we're going to be using that medal, of course, and we're going to get enhanced damage from this. Black Manacles is a really good one for this. Deals damage to all enemies with a 20% chance to devour a random enemy. And I'm in Archer class for this. Starting battles with 50% mana goes a long way to doing this quickly, especially with that potion of enchantment at the same time. And we have a 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal with every single skull hit, so that can really make short work of these fights. Champion talents, I'm going to go for Hunt. Knife throwing, some of these aren't relevant, but the others are really good, like Root Trap, really good. And Nature's Aura, create a Leaf Storm at the start, can be really good for getting our Gob Truffles up nice and fast. Wall of Vines, all green allies gain 5 armor. Dodge, 30% chance to dodge skull damage. And we can start with a Medal of Arnu, because we don't have a 50% start on any of our other troops apart from the hero in this. So a Medal of Arnu gives the Gob Truffles a little bit of a head start. King Gob Truffle, what he does is damage to all enemies. So chuck on a Medal of Nisha if you have one of those, going to boost up their damage. Then create a mix of 14 green and brown, boosted by poisoned and diseased enemies. Then gain the Goblin standard extra turn. Now, the reason I said it was important to have a brown weapon if you can in this is because King Gob Truffle creates that mix of green and brown. Green is going to charge up himself. The brown will help charge up Black Manacles to just do it all over again. Really, really easy. And Fundingus is there because it explodes a big bunch of purple gems based on your magic. Then either summons a giant toadstool or it explodes stool, and of course gains the goblin extra turn. It explodes purple, which again is charging up our Black Manacles and our other troops because of the way the explosions work. Really, really easy team to use. The banner for this, I'm going for +2 brown, +1 purple, -1 yellow. Really good to get the manacles up as fast as we can. Very, very simple. The game will remind you to put your medal in if you haven't done it already. So you will say, okay, I will do that. And slot it into the middle there. Just go and find it. Badge of Omens, there it is. So we've got 1 Nisha to boost up the damage, the medal which we need to boost up the skull and spell damage, and 1 Arnu, which is going to give our other troops a little bit of a head start. So we're looking for brown or purple if we can, unless we get any other super handy 4 matches, which we will take anyway, just because they're there. Even though it's the only colour we don't use, which is exactly how it goes sometimes, and you just know it. We'll do that though, why not? Get out of it, sunshine. And we'll wipe out the enemy. I'll just show a few of these early fights because they're very straightforward. Then I'll show how they work a little bit further into the event. As you can see, you pick up your rewards as you go along. Archer XP, event sigils, gold. That's worthless gold actually when it goes into the kind of stealing, the shrine of stealing, because you have to actually pay money to actually take it out. And I mean real money, not game money. But I bought all them shrines. But that's just my opinion. If you pay money to empty the shrines, entirely your choice. What one person sees as good value, another person sees as terrible value. So each to their own. No judgment here. Let's go to King Selenus again. King Selenus or Sekhmet are the ones to go to before Uberstedt appears. Enchantment means we're ready next round, and we've got to devour them at the same time. Important to have the hero at the top when you have this Black Manacles, because when you get the Devour, you will pick up the enemy's attack. You'll absorb it into yourself as part of the benefits, which means your attack will be much higher than it was before. Don't know if it says it on it or not. Does it say it when it switches around? Just waiting for it to rotate. Plagued, yeah, Devour. Yeah, destroys another troop and adds their attack, armor, and life to your own, as you can see on the right-hand side there. Right, I'll just do that last one of these. Now I'll jump forward a bit and do some slightly higher levels, but you'll see that it's going to be exactly the same. It's going to be fine, because as we go along, we're going to keep on getting more powerful eventually, because the more we progress through this, eventually, as Uberstedt, I might as well just do Uberstedt now. Our badge is going to transform ultimately to a medal in the end, and we're going to be doing a huge amount of damage, especially when you pick up those later tiers at the same time. That means our weapon is ready the next round because of the effects of enchantment. And Uberstedt didn't last long. Alright, I'll jump forward a few stages now. Alright, Sekhmet, level 108. Grab whatever a mana is there. I do like to try and get the gob truffles up, but if you can get your manacles going, then that is definitely good as well, because if you get that lucky Devour, it's going to boost up your attack and give you some extra life and stuff. We can cast Fundinga to sculpt manacles and gob truffle up again, but in this situation you will always cast gob truffle first because it's guaranteed an extra turn. Keep on casting gob truffle all the while it gets charged first. Then when it fails, you can cast either black manacles if you're going to finish them off, which we are, or if you're not going to finish them off, you can cast your Fundingas, charge up the gob truffles again, and then do it that way with the extra turns. But because we're going to finish them off, we can do it with our black manacles, or whichever damage to all weapon you chose if you don't have black manacles. But try and pick a damage to all weapon which has brown if there is one, because like I say, when you cast your gob truffle, that's going to feed straight into your weapon. Alright, and these are our low level one now to just finish off. Didn't have to do much. Oh, that was straightforward. Ah, I've got some more event sigils, but these are low level. And again, it's going to be nice and straightforward. Gob truffles first, then the black manacles or your damage to all weapon. When you cast gob truffle, you keep on getting keep the loop going, denying the opponent any turns whatsoever sometimes. Or a lot of the time, as it turns out. There we go. Now, if you have to hit the enemy more than once, it is beneficial to get your gob truffle up first, like that. There we go. That archer trait came into play there. 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal, I think, or we may have been doing enough damage to kill him anyway. Either way, they died, and that's all we really care about. It's really fast, really easy. Fundingus was ready to charge up the Gold Truffles. Black Manacles was ready again. Making short work of these. And we run out of sigils. Boo! Well, that'll have to do for now. But like I say, you get more sigils every single day. So come back the next day and do it all over again. But there's a team. If you enjoyed it or found the video useful, be really cool if you hit that like and subscribe button if you've not done so already. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.